You have to realize self-doubt is not going to go away. Okay, it's something that's just going to stay. It's going to be there. It can reduce over time, but you're always going to doubt yourself. This is the nature of a human being. Okay, so the main thing for you to realize is the focus needs to move away from yourself. When you're self-doubting, you're thinking about yourself. The focus needs to move away from you, and it needs to focus on the objective of what you're trying to achieve. So you want to do dawah. I can tell you want to do dawah. I want you to think about what is the reason why you want to do dawah. Right? Think about the reasons. What's the kind of reasons that you want to give dawah? Like, there's a part of you that wants to give, but then you're conflicted and you're feeling like, there's self-doubts there's all this kind of stuff. So think about why you want to do it, right? And then I want you to make that objective the main thing that you focus on. So rather than focusing on your hang-ups or your self-doubt or what could go wrong, all this kind of stuff, think about exactly what you want. So what you need to do is you need to realize that these feelings that you're having, whether they're doubt, whether they're nerves, whether they're things, these are a natural process and they're going to happen. But they should never ever stop you from taking the action you need to do. So for example, let's say that I am sitting back and I'm watching YouTube, right? Or I'm watching like the Liverpool game that I was watching before here, right? And the time comes for Asr. And I'm like, I don't feel like getting up to pray Asr, right? I feel like just laying here and watching football. If I go with my feelings, I'm going to end up in Jahannam. Big trouble, right? Why? Because I preferred my feelings over that. Now, just because I feel like watching football or I feel doubt about doing dawah, it doesn't make it a difference because it's a desire or a doubt or whatever. The key is what you have to do, right? So if dawah is important to you, if it's something you want to do, then ignore these feelings. That's what I'm saying to you. We live in a world today where feelings are so important and everyone cares about feelings so much. I'm saying the opposite. I'm saying when it comes to doing what Allah wants, when it comes to doing what you want in terms of what you want to achieve and stuff, like, ignore the feelings. Do what you need to do. So the best way you can overcome doubt and fear and all these kind of things is actually to take action. So what I would do right now is I would think about what can I do, one action now to do this right now. So for example, if you know any brothers that do dawah, send a message to them right now and say, bro, I wanna help out with the dawah. I wanna come to the dawah table. I wanna do this. I'll do something now as an action point where you do it. And the more action you take, the more you hit that fear, the more you hit that doubt. And then after a while, the doubt doesn't really come in. So before I did this call, I didn't have the normal doubts that I would have when I was trying to speak, when I first started public speaking, all this kind of stuff. I had a lot of doubts. But those doubts have kind of disappeared now, where when I come here, I'm not even thinking about the doubts. I'm not thinking any of this. So you got to take action. So again, what I said earlier about the doubts, it actually is very relevant to this, right? When it comes to overthinking, you need to realize that thinking is one of those things where it's based on the patterns. So because you've always been overthinking, you're naturally going to be an overthinker. So you need to really hit that on the head, and you need to kind of really push yourself into action. You need to realize that very little problems are actually resolved, or not much is achieved through overthinking. And so what you need to do is you need to really, really push yourself to taking action. One of the ways you can do that, Mel Robbins, she had this technique, she called it the 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 method, right? So like, let's imagine I'm thinking about something, and this is really amazing, right? Like, a lot of the times when I'm worrying or I'm thinking about something, what I found is I'm thinking, I'm worrying, and I'm feeling bad. I'm thinking, I'm worrying, I'm feeling bad. As soon as I go to, okay, look, this is how I think, this is how I feel, this is why I feel like this, what can I do about this to change the situation? And I'll start asking that question. So I would have one power question like that, like a question that you can ask yourself, like, what can I do to change this situation? Okay. And then I would list out the actions. Okay, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this, I could do this. Okay, all right. And then I'm like, which one should I do? I'm like, I'm going to do this one. Then Mel Robbins, what she does is 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and then she just goes off and does that action. What I would add is I would add the word Bismillah in there. So I would tell people to say 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Bismillah. And I use this sometimes for getting out for Fajr, because I'm in the bed and I'm like, I do not want to get up today, right? And then it's like 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, Bismillah, and then you do it, right? And so same, I would basically pick an action, and I would get into action. Now, the amazing thing is that every time I take an action to do with one of those things I'm worrying about, the worry decreases. So one thing you need to tell yourself and remember is that if this overthinking and this is worrying and all this negative stuff, the way I get rid of it is by taking action. So if you just want to live in that self-pity and that worry and that negative stuff, then live there, no problem. But if you actually want to get out of it, know that taking action will make you feel better, and it will actually help you to resolve the situation as well.